Greetings everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Captain Rye. In today's YouTube video, I'm here in my Z52 in World of Warships. The map is Okinawa, it's domination map mode, and I'm divvied up with air cannon. Now if you were able to catch my live stream, I know a few of you did, on Sunday, then you will have seen this battle, because this battle was broadcast live on my live stream. As the battle gets underway, I'm discussing with my div mate here about the merits of going to A at this point in the battle, basically explaining to him that you don't go to A at this time of the battle because A is so isolated in comparison to the rest of the team and the other two cap points. Before the action kicks off, I've got a bit of an announcement. If you've been following some of the YouTube channel hoopla that's been going on, you might have heard about a subscriber bug that has been happening. There are two of them. Number one, people being randomly unsubscribed to channels, and number two, people who unsubscribe are being counted as double. So, it's quite possible, given my current subscriber count, that I may have in fact already hit 1,000 subscribers. So, yay that. And because of that, as soon as YouTube fixes this, I expect that number maybe to jump. So I'm announcing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway in this video. What it's going to be, what it's going to entail, and what the prizes are, I haven't decided yet. But I'll be posting on my Facebook page with the possibilities. So if you want to know what's coming up or provide input for prizes, you can like and follow me on Facebook and provide your input there. As the battle gets underway, I'm detected. I'm here in the B cap point. I know it's a destroyer because I can't see anything, and I know it must be a sneaky destroyer. So I pop smoke and I pop my hydro. Of course, this destroyer, the Z52, does not change directions very quickly, and as a result of being spotted, the enemy Zhao is able to get shots off at me. He does a pretty good amount of damage. Pop my boost ability, and because of my hydro, I'm able to spot those enemy torpedoes, and it's the Shimakaze. So the Shimakaze's up there, I'm exposed anyway, I open up on him. He is spotted, which is good for me. Friendly destroyer back behind me does manage to land a torpedo hit on him as he gets taken out by the Shimakaze's torpedoes. Now, my div mate air cannon here, he is going to also land a torpedo hit on him, as we can see those torpedoes about there. Yes, he does, but he hits him on the bow, and the Shimakaze's damage saturated. My shots were already out there, and I managed to secure my first kill in this battle. A little bit of a kill steal, but I mean, I did do about 3,000 damage to him, so yeah, I'm not going to count it against anybody here. Of course, friendly destroyer who got first blooded right there. Big disappointment for him, but at the very least, he did do a substantial chunk of damage to that Shimakaze, and that's what allowed us, myself and my div mate, to finish him off. So, my team has managed to secure the C cap point. We're now uncontested at B, and you'll notice that the enemy team has actually captured A. The live stream of this video, I'm actually discussing with my div mate over that merit, pointing out that the person who capped the A cap point is actually a Tirpitz, and he's by himself up there. Since none of our team went up there, it worked out for him, but the fact that he's up there and that all of his guns are now out of play doesn't really help his team, and in this particular battle, those loss of guns for the length of time that he's gone kind of possibly make all the difference. I get torpedoes off there, enemy cruiser coming up there that looks like that's the Zhao, and my torpedoes just barely miss him off the stern. DivMate's torpedoes just barely miss him and the USS Black. If you've seen any of the controversy involving the USS Black, you know that a lot of people and a lot of reviewers think this ship is entirely too OP. And to some respect, it probably is, considering that it is a Tier 9 Fletcher with a radar consumable. That definitely a problem. But of course it's important to remember that radar only lasts 30 seconds, And it's equally important to note that radar does not detect torpedoes. I'd much rather have that hydro consumable so that I can see those fishies swimming in my direction. I pop my smoke screen to get out of line of sight of that enemy Zao because I know he's there, but of course they're contesting the B cap point, and my team is down on points, or down on ships, not points. The Black has already taken some substantial damage, so I'm going to go ahead and open up on him. If I can remove him from the game, from the equation, and take his radar out of play, this can be very good for me. Now, I managed to hit him, knock out his engine. Now I've set him on fire, avoid the torpedoes coming in from the Zao, and of course, the Black is now popping a smokescreen. My hydro no longer active, but I managed to hit that Black yet again, and I'm outside of the B cap point, so they are capping. The Black is detecting me with his radar consumable, and this is a bit of a problem, because there are a lot of cruisers over there, and of course the Black himself can shoot at me. Friendly Divmate almost gets the kill with a torpedo, but the Black narrowly avoids it. However, I managed to take him out of the game before I can take too much damage from the enemy ships, and this is proving to be a good thing. So, I guess in this particular case, the Black not so OP after all. If it's not played well, if it's not played by a Unicum level player that is, it's probably not any better or worse than a ship like maybe the Belfast, or the Kutuzov, or the Perth, or even the Flint. So, the situation has definitely switched to my team's favor, as the enemy team now only has 2 destroyers, and they're down 3 ships, while we're only down 2. And since we still technically hold 2 caps, though one is contested, we have more points. So I'm looking at what to shoot at here as far as torpedoes. There is an enemy Tirpitz up there, who is pushing up, and there's a few enemy ships as well that are up there. Divmate has launched torpedoes at that enemy Iowa that's up there. A little bit of a replay bug here. I'm actually firing torpedoes at the Tirpitz. And he's hoping that our friendly Iowa will get out of the way to avoid getting hit by friendly torpedoes. And he is very low health. What this Iowa is doing, I have no idea. But he's pushed himself way too far forward, and it's cost him. And of course, in domination match mode, that means it costs our team as well. Remember, every single ship you shoot at, every single ship you take out of the game, is points for your team and a loss of points for the enemy team. Now I'm detected again. Of course, my detectability range not the best in this ship, even though it's as low as it can go. Get my smoke screen up and just kind of try and turn away. Mostly in this point, I'm trying to get my smoke screen up to break line of sight, as opposed to just sit in it. But because I've laid such a wide smoke screen, it's going to be difficult for enemy ships to figure out where to send their torpedoes, as well as where exactly I'm sitting inside the smoke screen. Especially when you look at the length of it in relation to that battleship, I could be anywhere inside of that smoke screen. This is going to make hitting me incredibly hard. Divmate is telling me that he wants to torpedo this Tirpitz, and I've told him not to bother because I've got torpedoes out, as this Tirpitz turns hard, and we lose 2 of our destroyers, as well as another ship. The enemy team, for the first time, now has a ship advantage, and they're tied on points. Divmate's torpedoes barely miss, but my torpedoes hit home and finish off that Tirpitz. And of course, I get moving because I know that Tirpitz turning like he did meant that he probably had torpedoes in the water at me, and sure enough, avoided those. Now, I'm getting torpedoes off at that Iowa that's kind of moving forward, kind of not moving forward. He's moving very slowly, but of course the enemy team is going to cap B, and while we're tied on ships, the enemy team having 2 cap points could be a problem. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to stay down here, and I'm going to put as much firepower in the form of torpedoes, because I'm not foolish enough to open up with guns, as I can onto those enemy ships. Divmate, in the meantime, is going to cap A. since there's nobody up at A, I told him that was a good choice. Now my torpedoes are coming in there. The Iowa backed off, but an enemy Kutuzov appears, and I managed to take him out with torpedoes, so no more Kutuzov, which was another ship that could have caused me some severe problems, especially because the Kutuzov has that hydro consumable, and the smoke is a pretty good thing to have in that cruiser. Enemy Iowa disappears into the smoke screen. I've got torpedoes up. I fire off torpedoes where I think that Iowa is going to be, activate my speed boost, and decide to get out of there, because I don't want to be that close if the Iowa decides to come through that smoke screen, which is always a possibility. I've pushed up near smoke before and had surprise battleships just continue right out of it and catch me off guard. Now, I did hit that Iowa for a torpedo or two as he was sitting in that smoke screen, and it looks like I hit him again for another torpedo. This is turning out to be a fantastic battle overall. Not the most damage done, but I'm hitting a lot of targets and I'm causing a reasonable amount of damage. Pop my smoke screen because I don't need to be shot at. Again, the Z52 getting shot at does not perform well. It's not like a Fletcher. It just cannot take those hits. Set the Iowa on fire, and I do believe he's also flooding. So he's burning, he's on fire again. I've got more torpedoes at him. Can I get the kill? Come on, I've done a lot of damage. Yes, and there is my Kraken Unleashed. Kraken Unleashed, 90,000 damage done. That's it, I'm done, the game is over. Not quite. This game is still going on. As you can see, I've earned my Kraken Unleashed, and there are still a number of enemy ships to shoot at. In fact, 2 of them are down at the sea cap point. There's still one enemy destroyer left, and it's the Tier 10 Gearing. And that's a ship that I'm not particularly keen on meeting. So I'm discussing with my div mate where that ship might be. He asks where it was last spotted. And honestly, I have no idea. I haven't been paying attention to him. I've been dealing with the tasks in front of me. As far as I know, he could be right around the headland of this island, and I'm going to blunder right into a full-strength gearing. The div mate here is coming towards the B cap point. I told him not to bother because if you saw the mini-map there for a split second, you'll notice that the enemy aircraft carrier has popped up. And I've told my div mate, go chase down that carrier. It's about this point in the battle that we remembered, oh yeah, this game has CVs. You'll notice there have been no planes over any of the cap points for a particularly long time. So both him and I completely forgot. Smokescreen in the C cap point tells me exactly where the gearing is. So I know where he is, I know he's in that smokescreen because I can see shots coming out. I want to torp the smokescreen, but at the same time, there's a battleship, the Bismarck, who's backing up. Incidentally, the Bismarck backing up and that smokescreen dead center coincide. So I go ahead, I get one set of torpedoes off because my second set's not ready yet, and I go behind an island and put some distance between myself and that Bismarck because I don't need his secondaries to shoot at me. Second enemy Bismarck up there, looks like he's turning hard, so I get torpedoes out at him. Let's check on the original torpedoes. That Bismarck is almost dead. Come on, it looks like my torpedoes, yes, they do hit him. Oh, that's very good. And 3 of them are continuing in, and they hit the gearing. That's 7 kills with a double strike. And it's at this point that I'm looking at the situation and I'm realizing I'm on 7 kills. There are 3 ships left. I'm in position to shoot them. And my all-time record number of kills in a battle is 8. I can tie my record. The last time I had 8 kills was in a Hashidate at Tier 1, because seal clubbing is the only type of clubbing I have time for. No more smoke screens left, so I decide to fire off torpedoes and open up with guns. I want the kill on this Bismarck. He's very low health. I set him on fire, and with any luck, I can burn him down. I do have those torpedoes off. I've got more torpedoes up again. Fire off a second set. Of course, that Bismarck is still burning. Can I get an 8th kill? Ooh, Bismarck firing shots out. Dodge them and avoid them nicely. His secondaries are all over the place. I think he has manual secondaries, but I just can't be sure. That Bismarck, incredibly low health. He's on fire again. Not a lot of HP left. He's getting shot at from multiple locations, and he puts the fires out. Oh, but just in time for my torpedo to hit him. And at this point, I am jumping for joy in my chair, screaming over my live stream that I have just achieved 8 kills, tying my all-time record. But I've done it in a ship that's actually, you know, proud to display that you've done 8 kills in, and not the filthy Seal Clubber ship that I was playing. So I've done 8 kills, there's 1 ship left, it's an Iowa, and I'm kind of in a position to actually go deal with him as well. But of course, the Iowa is alone by himself. He has a Zao shooting at him, and there's still an enemy aircraft carrier. Between those two, that Iowa is in a bit of a bad situation. Of course, the aircraft carrier might not be able to do anything. Like I said, my divmate and I hadn't even noticed that there were CVs in the game, or remembered that there were until the enemy CV was spotted. Friendly Zao up there is trying to wear this guy down, but he's not got a lot of health, and this Iowa is going to punish him. The Iowa is very good at shooting ships because the accuracy is fantastic. The Zao is going to try, and the aircraft carrier coming in with his dive bombers and his torpedo bombers. The question is, who is going to get there to get the kill? The dive bombers hit home, the torpedo bombers drop their load, the Iowa smacks our Zao but doesn't quite kill him, but it looks like those torpedoes, yes, they do finish off the enemy Iowa, so I don't get a 9th kill. Still though, 128,000 damage done. This is actually the highest amount of damage I've ever done in the Z52. 8 kills, Kraken Unleashed, and a double strike. Because nothing's more fun than getting double strikes with torpedoes against 2 different targets, especially one you didn't intend to shoot. Top of the team for XP earn, there's no surprise there, but a lot of people on the team really did a good job. Overall, a fantastic battle. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you liked that video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Again, if you'd like to get regular channel news and updates, as well as contribute to thoughts and probabilities for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway, you can like and follow me on Facebook and help contribute your opinions there. If you'd like to help support me and my channel, and get replays like this one first and foremost, you can become my supporter on Patreon. If you've got a replay like this one that you'd like to see on my YouTube channel, you can send it to my email. And if you'd like to watch me play World of Warships live, among other games, you can do so by following my Twitch channel. As always, you can find the links for all of those in the video description down below. And I'll see you guys next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.